Hello, everybody. It's Wednesday morning, I'm told. Oh, yeah. I gave you about 20 seconds of uninterrupted Epidemic Sound instrumental, or royalty-free music, so that when I'm taking a breath, you hear something rather than nothing. We're streaming, you know. Yeah. And when you stream, you've got to keep sound going through the pipe. Sound and video. Here I am. Let's turn the volume up a little bit on the. There we go. Let's go full screen on Jimmy just for a little bit. Yeah, there. Now you can see me a little bit. There you go. Yep, not too bad. Sound sounds good. My SM7B podcasting microphone extraordinaire. It's the 25th of February. February has just kind of slipped by. Had some very exciting things happen in Jimmy's world. Yeah. Excuse me, I just had I had a little sneeze I had to take care of. I didn't want to scare you to death. Yeah, I took care of the sneeze. The sneeze is good. Let me go to some photographic evidence. There we go. My daughter, in Washington, D.C., Maryland, has sent me this little puppy for my birthday as a birthday present. How cool is that? Is that some handsome looking sucker? Ooh, yeah. That is my new little puppy dog. Now I have 2 cats. So that should be an interesting. So it's going to be Jimmy the Zookeeper. Oh my Lord. Yeah. What is this? There we go. Robin bought Daddy a puppy for his birthday. There we go. There's the little puppy. This is on, Marilyn sent this out on to the Florida family last, I guess, early evening. It's a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. Daddy weighs in at 14 pounds. Mommy weighs in at 16 pounds. Her name is Honey. And born on 1/1/26, the first day of the new year. Weighing in about 5 pounds. Yeah, it's a little. So it's 1/3 of its adult weight. It's 7 weeks old. And a little piece of data I got somewhere. Yeah, it's got a little necklace on there. Yeah, it's a little booger. Good looking little dog. That's another picture of the same dog. Yeah. It's being shipped from I don't know where. I looked on everything. Here's some more fun facts. Date of birth, January 1/26. The puppy ID, the color is ruby. Here's the entity that we found the little dog at. Pawrade. P-A-W-R-A-D-E. So it goes, according to Robin, they ship it in a van. It's in a little, cagelet of some sort with, a little food and a little water bowl, I guess. Who knows? And then they come right to the building and walk in with a little dog and say, "Hey, where's old Jimbo in apartment 812?" So there's the buyer's address. King Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. It's a miniature. It's a little dog. When I grew up, is when I was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I grew up with a black, I think a little white Cocker Spaniel, full standard size Cocker Spaniel. So here I am at 80 and a little bit with a Cocker Spaniel again. But this is a Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. It's a British breed. I guess it's it's yeah. I'm not a proficient dog person, but I certainly will be a dog person specializing on this little guy, right? It's a little tiny, a little 5 pounds, little sucker. I can't imagine it being delivered from someplace. I don't know where it's coming from. It's something crazy. I will call them today. There is a phone number right on the top there. Yeah, I guess I'll keep. Yeah, let's just do this. Yeah, I'm gonna do a print screen of this so that I have the. Okay. Save to photos. There we go. So that way when I call, I've got the recently saved. We have to make this, put a little heart on the top there so it shows up in my favorites. There we go. So when I look at that, all the fun facts are right there. I got the puppy ID. I mean, I don't know how to do this, so this is all a big. It's supposed to show up Friday. This is Wednesday. Ship this guy yet. It's like FedEx. Would you mind giving me the shipper ID? It's some kind of van, and they load it up with all their little puppy sales for the week, and they deliver all these little puppies around to wherever they go. We've made contact with our local vet here, Boaz Mann. That's his name, Boaz, a biblical name. I roommated with kind of weird connectivities here, but I roomed with a prince of Kenya. His name was Boaz Mafarachisi. Yeah, I mean, true. An African student, exchange student, and for a semester or two, he was my roommate. Boaz Mafarachisi. So he told me, it was a biblical name and all this kind of stuff, and sure enough, it is. You can look it up in wherever you look up such names. So the name of my vet is Boaz Mann. B-O-A-Z. That's a name to remember. So that made that connectivity. somewhere in my stuff. Yeah, I can look that back up, the phone number. And you know, these, so it's like a concierge service with the, in the world of pets. And you pay $69 a month and you get direct access to Boaz Man. And they do certain tests periodically, which is included. I'll get the spiel when I call into the veterinary situation today. Get that. I told Raman I got that lined up, and that's our cats were serviced at that location. Yeah, it's right there at Glades and Powerline Road. A little bit south of Glades on Powerline, on the west side of Powerline. Yeah, there's a vet in there. Yeah, it's a nice little hometown, little veterinary area. They call it the Midtown Veterinary Hospital. So it's close. You know, it's 5 miles away. Just go down Glades Road, head south on Powerline for a little bit, or go west on Palmetto Park Road and then go north a bit. And it's on the west side of the road. It's in an L-shaped shopping center. Yeah. There used to be a restaurant right in the corner of that L. It's like the number 7. So in the corner of the number 7, Bonefish Grill was in there. Well, that was one of our favorite places for happy hour. Bonefish moved west, which took it out of our, neighborhood, so to speak. Because that's, like another 3 miles west of, we're so spoiled. So now I have to find a little tiny, now this is, I think our dog is going to be a little bigger than a Chihuahua. But I want a little harness, one of those service dog harnesses. But it's a little tiny thing, so, But I want the dog to get used to wearing that kind of a harness. Chicken delight there. So we have puppy dog news. How cool is that? Jimmy's getting up. I have to figure out how to deal with the 2 cats and the dog. That should be very interesting. Yeah, we'll get them to get together somehow. In the meantime, I will isolate said little dog in my bathroom so I can walk all around in there. And then, 5 times a day, I have to get a leash and a collar somehow. I guess I'll have to go on Amazon.com. Buy a little tiny collar with a little tiny leash, with a little harness collar thing, if you can get something like that for a little tiny 5-pound dog. And take it downstairs for a little walk. So we can go. It's a little girl dog, so it'll squat when it pees. Yeah. So I think You're just going to have to set your clock and, every 2 hours or so, go downstairs and take the dog, water the dog, so to speak. Let it, go pee pee. And get it on a very, established schedule. Sun up in the morning. A couple hours later, go for a second pee pee. Pre-lunch pee pee. After lunch pee pee. Mid-afternoon pee pee. And a sundown pee pee. I don't know how many pee pees that was, but got to be at least 5 times. I'm going to go knock on my neighbor's door and show her what my daughter is sending me. And she had a little dog that was so small. She put chicken wire up on her balcony so that the dog, wouldn't escape the balcony. So I want to get the name and number of the fellow that installed her chicken wire. And I think I'll do the same. So when this dog is, between 5 pounds and whatever, you just don't want, I don't want the dog slipping through, the bars in the balcony that we have. And the dog goes tumbling down 100 feet and then goes splat in the bushes below. We don't want that. They don't bounce well. And it's a pedigree, it's a costly little sucker. So that's exciting news from yesterday. And the other news of newsworthiness, let's go find this. I don't have a print screen of it. Is the Mega Millions. Here we go. There it is. Let me print screen it. There we go. Print screen. Right off. And go right to March 31st. And then pull this over right to there. Pull this down to there. We're good to go. There you can see the recent draw. I'll go through this when I get it saved. There we go. I'm very nervous about, I don't want to louse up my spreadsheet. It took too long to get that sucker organized. Now we're going to go to the photos. Recently saved. There it is. Put a heart on it. Now we're good. So you can see in black where the green is. That's what happened last night at 11 p.m. I was deep in puppy dog information gathering since Robin had put the order in and got the puppy ID. Oh, God. They're shipping this dog from I don't know where. Oh, boy. I get the shivers on that one. So Tuesday, Mega Million, February 24th. That's yesterday. Yep, that's correct. The jackpot was 438 million, and no one got all these 5 numbers: 12, 39, 43, 49, 55, with Mega Million Ball 23. It goes 1 to 24, so the yellow balls, that's in a separate machine to the right of the main machine, and the main machine connected to the trombone has 70 balls in it, 70, 1 through 70 on these little ping pong ball kind of things, and they bounce around and they come down a little doodad, and 12, 39, 43, 49, 55. No one got all those with the Mega Millions ball, yellow ball 23. So therefore, it rolled over, and all those numbers are in purple from the official Mega Million website on my. I have a. Let's see, I have a. This right here. Florida Mega Millions. This is right off their website. The next draw is February 27. Tuesday, Friday, Tuesday, Friday, Tuesday, Friday. So they show you the Tuesday result, 12, 39, 43, 49, 55, 23. Yep. That I stripped that out and put it right in the spreadsheet, even with the little circles around the balls. It's a special. There it is, right there. Yeah. Special feature. Yeah. Whoops, I'm sorry. We gotta resize this so you can see all of it. Yeah. There you go. You can see my little, I hate to even call it a studio because it's just a desktop. It's a 6 foot by 4 foot hard pine table, handmade for us to specification. So it's all chiseled and it's Aztec kind of a. Marilyn picked out all this stuff. Thomas and Sandra in a warehouse out west on Power Line, south of where we are, Coconut Creek, I think, kind of a location in a warehouse district. And they had a showroom in the front of the store thingy, and they had a bunch of Latin speaking, sculptors and sanders and making all this neat furniture. Went back there and said, yeah, we want that. So, 13 years later, we're still got our furniture. And I put a blue line down the middle of this table. Everything on the north side of this table. 24. So I got 24 inches by 60 inches. Okay. Which is, I got all this equipment wrapped around me here. This is my MacBook Pro. This is an iPad Pro. iPad Pro. iPad Pro. iPad Pro. They're all old ones. Not this one. This is a new replacement. The one that it replaced died. And fortunately, I had the insurance. And the old one died, and I got a brand new model. All I had to do is pay a $200 and something deductible. But it's a $2,200 iPad. If you went into the Apple store, it's one of those real skinny, beautiful thing of beauty. So here you go. You can see there's the Mega Millions story. You didn't see it properly last time. So it shows, the draw that's going to happen on the 27th. Now, if we look on the spreadsheet, I just print screened. Whoops. There you go. We can see roll over Mr. Dover. In purple is what is going to happen on the 27th. Now, I got roll over there because the numbers aren't picked yet. And so now you buy your tickets and you pray and hope. There's a $290 million to 1 odds you will not win. So it is not a good investment. It is poke and hope. Yeah, I mean, this is like getting hit by lightning. And if you $458 million is a lot of money. Now this sucker is rolled over. We're on our 25th week. You see where it says, whoops, how did UPS get in there? See where it says 25? That's 25 on the old 24, 25, 26. So this is the 25th week where we are spinning the numbers again. It started out at 50 million, then it went to 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, and da, 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 da. And on yesterday was 438 million, no one won. So it rolled over to 458 million, went up 20 million. Because if these Mega Million tickets are sold, plus two other areas, Washington, the DC area, and Puerto Rico. They sell tickets there. Do you realize there are 223,000 official lottery, Mega Ball lottery retailers within those 45 states and 2 territorial areas? There's a name for those areas. I don't know what it is, but DC and Puerto Rico. 45 states. Yep. Now, if you were the single winner this coming Friday on the 27th of February, see that right there? Friday the 27th. Yeah, that's when my little dog arrives. Yes, it does. Supposedly. Oh God. Oh Lord. That's right after I get off this broadcast. I have to go on to Amazon.com and see if I can find some puppy stuff. I'm going to assume it will arrive properly. So if you elect the lump sum, you can see the caption on the top. I carefully captioned the top. So now we're in the red zone here. We got the yellow, the green, and the red. The yellow is a previous lottery. That was the $416 million Mega Millions, which no one won that one. That was Friday the 20th. And Tuesday the 24th was the $438 million one, which was last night. And it rolled over to the purple line here. Now, if you were the single winner this coming Friday and elected the jackpot lump sum, as you can see up on the top there in yellow, the lump sum payout before taxes, the net present value, the present value of the future cash flows. And what is the future cash flows? Anyway, so that's worth, so 458 million all of a sudden becomes 207 million. That's the net present value of the future cash flows. I'll get to that in a minute. Now, if you were the single winner on Friday night, you can collect your lottery winnings 15 days following the draw date, or 2 weeks from today, because this is 14 days forward. Yesterday would be the draw date. That'd be 15 days from yesterday or 14 days from today. And the reason why their 2-week period is they've got to audit and balance and cash these 223,000 retail locations, and they submit money, once or twice a week, and they got to add, they make deposits from bank accounts all over the country and the 2 territorial areas, and they have to, all that cash has to all add up, to because they have to go buy an annuity, because you could, in theory, show up to get your 6,893,557 initial payment of your 30 payment annuity that pays out over 29 years and 1 day. You get this one first day. This is pre-tax. Okay. So your taxable income for 2026, you do your tax return, where you would have an extra 6,893,000 because they would have credited your account. Yeah, you get your account number and your routing and transit number right off the bottom edge of your traditional check, your checkbook. Yeah. And then a year and a day later, you got a $7,238,000 check. And it keeps growing at 5% a year. That 7,200,000 number is 5% bigger than that 6,890,000 number. And it keeps growing. It's called a growing 5% annuity. Yep, you get this first day. You get that 1 year from the first day. And so on and so on and so on. And it all adds up to $458 million. That's how you get your $458 million. It pays out over 29 years and 1 day. And the net present value of those future cash flows, that's where I come back to here, is $207 million. And you can elect to have the lump sum. That would it be. That's what it would be. However, so when you stand there with a check in your hand, that's what they give you, the big check, and you smile and all that stuff, take pictures. The jackpot lump sum reduces to $158 million because Uncle Sam takes 24% withholding tax. Yeah, that would be part of the 37% tax, because you would surely be in the highest tax bracket with a $207 million earnings this year. Unless you're already a billionaire, in which case that would just mix in with all your other income, and maybe some part of that is sheltered with depreciation somewhere, whatever. But if you're just a regular schlemiel like me, you probably are not a billionaire. And that would be a big jump in your earnings. Uncle Sam would take 24% out, so that $207 million becomes $157 million. Poor baby. And Uncle Sam would then grab another 13%, because your total taxes, federal taxes, would be 37%, according to the new tax law. So if 37% is the tax, then 63% would be the amount of money that you would have remaining in your checkbook. And that'd be $130 million. Can you imagine? That would be your, after all federal taxes. After you paid your 37%, which includes the 24% withholding. Yep, that's what you would have. Which is, $130 million. There you go. That is the jackpot lump sum payout after federal income tax. If you're lucky enough to live in Florida, Texas, or Tennessee, where we have no income tax like you have in New York, New Jersey, California, and so forth. Indiana, Illinois. Yeah. We have no income tax. So the only tax is the federal tax. So your checking account would rest in at $130,536,000. Wow. So the first thing you do is you peel off, I got four. So take $12.5 million per kid. So that would be 25, 50. So that'd be $50 million you give out to the four kids. Just write them a check. Screw it. They pay their own income tax on it. This is after-tax money. So $50 million from $130 million. Yeah, I still got $80 million left over. So I got $12.5 million, so that's good. So out of this $80,536,000, I think we have 10 other relatives. So, so with those 10 relatives, give them $2.5 million apiece. 10 times 2.5 is 25. So take 25 million from 80 million. Yep. You got 45 million left over. Now you've taken care of all of the relatives. So with that 45 million, what I would do if I was solely in charge of this, I'll run this plan by Marilyn. Remember, there's a 290 million reasons why this will not happen, but just in case it does. So I'm down to 45 million. I'm going to take the 5 million and I'm going to put that in a separate account. After I spread out all this money so far, we've got 45 million left over. Clear this out. And I'm going to take I got 45 million. I'm going to take 5 million and put it in an interest-bearing account that's going to earn at times 0.04%. That's $200,000 a year in, what do you call it? Interest income. I'm going to divide that by 2. Okay. Because we got two charities. We got Tunnels for Tower, and we've got the the Children's Hospital for Cancer. So we got those two charities. That's 100,000 each. Divided by 12. Divide by 12. So every month, they're going to get $8,000 from us. Each of the two charities, $8,000. So that way the principal is safe at $5 million. And they'll each get every month, bam, they'll get 8,000. So that way they don't forget us. Because that makes us a rather serious, contributor. Because, Tunnel for Tower says, gee, give us $11 a month. Well, this is 757 $11 contributors, bam, in one shot every month. They should love that. Yeah. So that leaves us with 40 million. Jimmy and Marilyn, that should be enough to take care of the two of us. a little puppy dog and 2 cats. And in the Boca Hotel property, just east of us, we'd probably go buy ourselves a nice, you know, $7 or $8 million condo inside the gate of the Boca Hotel property. You know, up about 4 or 5 stories, looking eastward. $8 million condo should be enough condo, 4,000 or 5,000 square feet. Making that up. And, 3 or 4 bedrooms. Then I'd have a nicer studio to sit here and talk to you. Yeah. And just chit chat like we're doing right now. It's like having coffee with Jimmy. Yes, it is. Anyway, so it'd be 40 million. Now it's 30 million. So you spend a few more things, Get another Tesla, so we have 2 instead of 1. Probably. So if she goes somewhere, I have a car left over for myself to go self-drive somewhere. The cars are magical, I'm telling you. I've driven every car, all the, the expensive BMWs. We've driven the expensive Lexus, the RX 450h, which was my favorite car. I drove Mercedes up to the $130,000. We never got into the Bentleys or any of that stuff because that would be like a gaudy show. So I was lucky enough to earn a good amount of money as a young lad, and we with a car allowance and had drove nice cars during my 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s. And then 6, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, I started focusing in on Tesla. Nikola Tesla. That's where the Tesla name comes from. And 6 years ago, we got our first Tesla, a Model Y, like XYZ, Model Y. It's I call it a mid-size SUV, you will. Oh, back opens up, big cavity in the back to tote stuff around. Plenty of space for groceries. Before Instacart. Now an Instacart, see. I go online, order all the stuff, and gets delivered right to our apartment here in Royal Palm Plaza. The security guard lets them up to the 8th floor. And right outside my door is 5, 6, 7, 8 bags of, those little nasty little plastic bags that they put your groceries in. And a knock on the door. I open up the door and all my little groceries are right there. Hand-picked by the Instacart people. It's not exactly discount groceries, but you don't have to go anywhere. It gets delivered right to you. So you get BOGO, like buy one, get one. You get those kinds of sale items. Anyway, so there it is. Instacart. I love it. And you see Publix right here. Hit the Publix. And then, buy it again. So this is all the stuff that I buy all the time. And I'll probably put an order in right now. Soon. I'll do it later. Yeah, so Marilyn will see this, and she'll add a few things there. Oh, there we go. The breed has 4 recognized colors. Cavaliers that have rich chestnut markings. Oh, yeah. On the pearly white background. Known as the Blenheim, in honor of the Blenheim Palace, where John Churchill, the first Duke of Marlborough, raised these little suckers for hunting, the predecessors to the Cavalier breed in this particular color. That's some of the history of this little rascal. So it looks, there you go, there's a similar look. I'm just waiting for, that's a 10-month-old female. There you go. Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. It's a miniature smooth coat. And in my particular situation, where is the photo album? There we go. We get a lot of mania here for a minute. Go back to show you the dog. Where is my little dog? There it is. It is being shipped soon. I don't know whether it's got to be like one day. It's supposed to be Friday. So, you know, it starts off. I imagine they pack up these little doggies for delivery and, you know, bring them out the same day. They can't do these. You can't keep these dogs in a van for 2 days. You know, they have to go to the bathroom and everything. So that would be my guess. 1 day delivery. So I'm going to call them later today and put this. You see this paw raid? Yeah. Remember, I did a print screen of. I did a print screen of the. I thought I did. I guess I didn't. Right here, this right here, there's 1-888 number. I'm going to be calling in there to find out when they actually hand over the dog to this delivery situation. My daughter got me this dog and paid for it. And they said, you know, you used my address as a delivery address. And there it is. This was just a little notice that we sent our Florida family. And then later in the evening, I sent the information out to everybody. This is our tweeting. There we go. All right. Oh, I guess I didn't send it out. I sent it out to. There we go. The nine family circle. Everybody connected to this. A bunch of people, which includes. There you go. These 9 people. Robin, Marilyn, Lee, Judy, Jack Hudson, Daniel, Bob, and Brennan. 9 people around the country. You can see it's amazing. And here they are, spotted. The others are up in northern country. There's Lee in Richmond, and then we have Judy Tordell somewhere. How come she's not showing up? Anyway, we don't have them all spotted on the map. Show me that list again. Yeah, there we go. Judy Tordell's in there. Yep. So now we got a little dog. Sort of. Don't actually have it yet, but we're supposed to. Okay. Her name is Honey. Honey colored. Yeah. This is the traditional English breed. And with the pearl white overall body with those touches of honey color. Full color on both ears. The traditional spot here but on the top of the brow. That's what I read. Oh, there's Daniel's and Brennan's dog. That's a big dog. This is a little dog. Yeah, oh, Robin's sent me paw raid. Make sure you get pet insurance. Yeah, so I have to figure out how to do that. Robin sent me another link. Gosh, I'll have to figure out how to do whatever she just sent me. I have enough to call them from what she sent me yesterday. Yep, there's the doggies. That's her dog. Look at that. That big beast. He is definitely a big beast. Yeah, now you can see everything I see. Mm-hmm. So I got panicky last night and said, what's the order number? What's the telephone number? What's the buyer's number? What's the this and that? Yeah, I was asking all these questions. She's working on it. I know, I got all excited. Uh-huh. All right. So I'll leave that channel open. And we have our puppy picture channel. All right, where were we? We were somewhere in Mega Millions. Yeah, so I was showing you, I think I finished. There we go. So you can see the first payment if you took the annuity. So, if you're a young couple and you won this thing, do you want to, I guess, the choice is, you want 130,536,000 up front. This is after Fed tax. In Florida, that is what would be remaining in your checkbook. Because there is no income tax in Florida, or Tennessee, or Texas. That's why 1,000 families are moving into the state of Florida every day. 1,000 families are moving into Florida every day because of no income tax. And other reasons. It's nice and sunny. Everyone's, in blizzard conditions. Oh, they call me and say, well, what's the temperature? I said, 75. Yeah, it dropped down from 77 to 75. Relative humidity, 31%. It's 69 in my little studio thing. I'm freezing to death. 75 outside, 69 inside. Yeah. Marilyn likes it a little chilly. It's that Oneida Indian in her. She's Oneida Indian. 50% Oneida Indian. The other 50% Scotch Irish. There's a combination for you, huh? Her dad was a sweetheart. I love talking to him. He was the supervisor of inspections for Eastern Airlines. The highest level mechanic in a mechanics, uh, division airlines. He would actually sit in the jump seat behind the co-pilot when they'd order new planes. So he was part of the team because you had the two pilots and John Murray that would decide if they wanted a DC-10 or an L-1011. So do you pick them a Donald Douglas aircraft or do you pick Boeing? And he said the Boeing planes are made so much better. The pylons that attach the engines to the wing and, is a heavier gauge material, much heavier gauge, like almost twice as thick as the Lockheed. And he just gave, hundreds of examples of why, because, he'd climb all inside the plane, not when it was in the air, when it's in the hangar. They'd almost take the sucker apart. Well, they go to the factory, and he would inspect the planes from inside out, and he'd have a couple of specialists with him. They would take a serious look at the engines. The engines are huge. You can stand inside them, they're like 14 feet across. Big engines, big fan blades that spin at 20,000 RPM. Talk about sucking in a lot of air. Anyway, so with 130 million in your checkbook, you can fly anywhere you want to. Don't buy a plane. Nope, just get the rent-a-jet. If you don't want to fly first class and stand in line and all that crap, just rent yourself a jet. You go from here to there, you pay $10,000 or $8,000, some number, and 3, 4, 5, 6 of you can fly anywhere you want to, when you want to. You drive right up on the tarmac, and hop in your plane with your bags, and you're sheltered from all these people. And with 130 million in your checkbook, with your earnings, you heard how I gave all the money out. Not all of it. I kept 40 million, I think, for ourselves. Can you imagine? I gave out $90 million. I kept 40 of that 130 million. Yep, gave away 90 million to our children and our relatives. We have 40 million left over. Buy an $8 or $10 million condo, and you got 30 million left over. Yeah, you have no bills; everything's paid for. So the only thing is breakfast, lunch, dinners. Feed the refrigerators. Have wine and beer and stuff in your big Sub-Zero refrigerator. Make friends inside the Boca Hotel community. Get to know everybody in there. Because, you'll eat in the various restaurants, 5 times a week. 5 nights out of 7. 2 nights you probably don't. I don't know. Never lived in that kind of a community. We'll figure it out. But remember, there's 290 million reasons why that will not happen. We're just playing a little mental gymnastics. We can pretend, can't we? Let's pretend. Yeah. Yeah, so in the meantime, I'll just hug my puppy. This is one of those little service dogs, that you carry around in a little. Marilyn Robbins says, you need to get a man bag. I said, what the hell's that? What, these little bags that you hang on your shoulder, and the little puppy dog is in there with his head sticking out. I said, oh, yeah. Put a little towel on the bottom there, and he can just sit in the little man bag, stick his little nose out when he feels like it. Have a service dog on there. Yeah. A puppy dog, yeah. Bar raid. 888 number. I'm calling about puppy ID number, whatever the heck it was. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Oh, yeah, here's something. There's something else that happened. Newsy Woozy. Yeah. We had the Trumper. He gave his State of the Union address. His winning economy message to the State of the Union. There he is. His arms are wide. Look at the vice president and the Speaker of the House sitting behind him. Yep. And with smiles. And he's talking. I saw it. I saw it last night after I watched it from midnight to 2 a.m. Can you imagine? Because we had all this puppy stuff going on last evening. I missed the actual live broadcast. I saw it beginning at exactly midnight on the Fox News channel. Trump, unabridged. All the applause lines and the applause and stand up for this and stand up for that. Look at the gold medal and the gold medal people. Look at that, the picture in the corner. This is the New York, their printed edition. See, New York edition, check marked. Trump plays economic cheerleader in chief at State of the Union, using hockey champs to show USA winning. President credited his tariffs with bringing America's economy to a fast turnaround, and blamed the Democrats for having caused the affordability crisis. It's actually true. A 9% inflation, that means your currency, your dollars, are immediately, worth 11% less. It's like a dilution of your currency. Inflation is the country killer. Yeah. When you have runaway inflation, your country dies because the country, you have no currency. So you can't buy things. Your people starve. When you have economies are like a delicate balance of your currency, things you pay. You buy things, you sell things. We're so electronic and connected. You got 300 million people in the United States, 340 million people. Most everybody is like connected with all this digital stuff. Well, what happens if the currency just, like the prior administration, you had inflation that went up over 9%. Went up and then, then it started to fall off, and Trump came in and zip, he brought it down to 2.7% real quick. And, it's hard to bring prices down. So the other way to decrease inflation is to get everybody working. Bring the wages up. Bring the income up, people. Yeah, the rich people, they're going to survive all this crap. The real rich people, the millionaires and billionaires. There are lots of them, I shouldn't say lots, but there's thousands of them. And then there's the rest of us. So the one way you solve the inflation problem is you get people back to work with increased wages and that when income goes up, then even though the prices are higher because of inflation, you got more money to buy the stuff. So that brings it back into balance. And that's what they're talking about. SpaceX, the Elon Musk company, SpaceX, the rocket ship guy. He targets 150 megabits per second per user for the upgraded Starlink direct-to-cell connectivity, which would represent a significant jump from the current performance of the Starlink direct-to-cell situation. So you actually get your signal directly from satellites with their nifty little antenna. Not the big dish anymore. It's a bunch of little tiny dishes inside a little rectangular. Looks like a legal size sheet of paper. And you just put it outside on your balcony. You hardly wouldn't see it. Anyway, so the performance, he's putting better satellites with better, higher bit rate. So you see unpixelated movies and connectivity, and like what I'm showing you right now. We're transmitting at about 15 megabits per second. Upload. Let's see if they say anything about their upload speeds. See, that's about 4 megabits per second with the prior service. So it's low resolution video calls, primarily for text messaging. So he's upgrading all that to 150 megabits per second. So he can compete with all the cable providers. It's 5G kind of network connectivity. You got 5G up there, 200 miles above Earth. He's got like 7,000 satellites up there. They're all connected with each other. They're all, they're not in geosynchronous orbits. They're, the Earth rotates underneath this array of satellites that are up there around 300 miles above or 500 miles above Earth. Relatively close. A geosynchronous satellite is 44,000 miles up. This is like 500 miles up. There's a range of how high they can. FCC controls that. Starlink, they call it. That's what this article is about. Starlink's expanding constellation, now numbering more than 9,700 satellites in orbit, provides near global coverage, making it one of the few systems capable of delivering broadband to almost every remote region without relying on terrestrial infrastructure whatsoever. You just aim this little, you can be out there in the middle of the ocean, and but I gotta take this call. Hello? How you doing?
Okay. Good. For you?
All right.
Excited?
I am.
Okay. So there's like all these different people that are contacting me, and I want to make sure that they have the right information. So here's what I need.
Mm-hmm.
I need your name.
You can do that. You can do that part, right?
And what's the address again? Just so I don't have to bounce back and forth. 810.
No. 101.
Oh, 101.
101
Plaza.
Real S, like in South.
Yeah.
Apartment 812.
Apartment 812.
We're speaking on my YouTube channel right now. This is a live broadcast.
Oh.
Broadcast at all.
Hello, everybody from Annapolis, Maryland.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
live and in color. Yeah.
What's the zip there, Daddy?
Boca Raton, Florida 33432.
33432. Yeah. 33432. Okay, and what's your phone number?
56.
Well, I don't know if you want to say it on the air.
I've been teaching at FAU for 20 years. My phone number is everywhere.
Okay. It's 561.
Correct.
Something 1800. I
Four.
don't remember the
No.
part.
416.
Okay.
Hey, Jim, I'm dying over here laughing.
Oh.
Okay. What's the,
Yeah, it's a good
the
thing.
bottom part? What's the bottom?
1100.
1100.
1100. Yeah. It's been that way.
1100. Okay.
416 1100.
Yeah. 561 416 1100. Okay.
That's it. Yeah.
And then, did you get the link? Because they need your like to verify your identity. So when the dog gets dropped off, when Honey gets dropped off, they need to verify that you are the person who's supposed to be receiving the dog or whatever.
Yeah.
So I sent you the link to upload your
It doesn't open.
Oh.
In other words, when I hit the link, it's like it's got it's got your information and your email address, and I don't know your password and all that stuff.
What's the email that you want to use, Daddy?
416.
Hold on. 6.
Dot 1100.
Dot 1100.
At gmail.com.
At Gmail. Friggin' Gmail.
I love it.
I know, but they're in a world.
So it's just like my phone number at gmail.com without the 561. 116 dot 1100 at gmail.com.
Gmail.com. Yeah, baby. You're going to have new content now.
I know.
There's Honey in the house. I'm going to ask her This gal's name is Morgan, but I don't know if you'll get it from Morgan. And evidently, the transport driver's name is Eugene.
So when do they pick up the dog from the breeder? Oh,
Um,
what?
I don't know. They do like a medical evaluation just to make sure that she's ready to transport, and I don't know where she's coming from. It's kind of like um it, it's a network of
Breeders.
like a yeah, where they put their dogs up for adoption, and then they organize. It's like a corporation, and then they organize the transport and the medical evaluation locally for wherever the breeder is, and then they send it along. But I'm just trying to verify. I'm going to ask them to send, I'm writing a text right now, or email, I guess it is. It's in like this little portal thing. The verification of ID. And Daddy, if you can,
I'll call them.
and just say,
I'll just introduce myself with the dog ID number, right?
yeah.
And
just tell them, like, reference me.
yeah.
And then
See what happens. See what they want.
Yeah, her name is Morgan. I'm going to send you this text if I can copy and paste it, or this email, if I can function.
So you're going to text me.
I'm going to copy this.
Yeah, and text that to me.
Okay.
So that way I'll have that in the text message while I'm dealing with email. So they're two separate places. And then I'll call them on.
I just sent it to you.
And then I'll call them on the phone. And certainly they don't have these little. Certainly they don't have these little puppies sitting in some kind of a van for 2 days. It seems like it'd be a one-day delivery, don't you think?
Well, I'm hopeful that is not going to be the case.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I have to go to the dentist, so I got to let you go. But I wanted to get that off to them to make sure there's no confusion about, transport, and like they should be texting or calling you, not me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I paid for the dog. It's all good. The dog is ours, or yours. And so now you pick up the ball.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
coordinate, like, because they were asking about like day and time of transport and delivery and all this stuff. And I'm like, it's not being delivered to Annapolis. It's being delivered to Boca Raton, Florida.
Yeah.
Which is a little different.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. It's going to arrive in a FedEx box.
Yeah. With little holes punched in them. Yeah.
So you can breathe.
Breathability.
Yeah. Oh, God. I can't believe
I
it.
know.
It's
You're
transporting.
going to be so excited.
I know.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah.
So anyway, happy birthday. I love you.
Yeah. Love you too. Okay. Have fun at the
I
dentist.
gotta go. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye. All right. You heard it was live and in color there. Yeah. So here's the puppy ID stuff. Oh, gosh. A little something extra for me to deal with that tomorrow. Supposedly the delivery is on Friday, the 27th. So, today they're prepping the dog and having the vet visit with the dog to make sure it's ready for this delivery procedure. And they apparently have a little cage. They put the dog in a little cage, some sort. It gets placed in, it gets placed in a van of some sort. Where all the, these little cages are in the van, strapped firmly. So they bounce around in the van for 8 or 10 hours, and they deliver dog by dog, I guess, north to south. And, not knowing I don't know where the original spot is. That's the one thing when I call this paw raid, paw like a paw in a dog's paw, pawraid.com. There it is. Yeah. Yeah, that's no good. Okay. All right. So that's the life in the world of Jimmy here in Boca Raton, Florida. And so we'll see what's. So look at that. I'm in Yahoo Finance, and look at the little puppy dogs that shows up on the the right screen. It's a bunch of little puppy dogs that try to sell me more dogs. And now we got one is enough. Thank you very much. There it is, Paw Raid. Live and in color. Oops, I gotta grab this little. You don't see it. There it is. Now you can see it. Mm-hmm. I have the Tesla stock. It's trading at $415. A delayed broadcast. And it's, up and down. You know how it is. I don't have any Tesla stock. I'm just interested, seeing how they're doing. Yeah, we'll close that out. Yeah, there we go. So I'll call them today. I'll probably call them soon. This Bill Morris. Yeah, I told him about the dog. He's my friend we're having dinner with Saturday night, actually, I think. Yep, so I told him about the puppy. We were cat people. He's all kinds of pets. He's got a couple of cats, I think, now. He's in his 80s. Bunch of old guys with their wives and their pets. Yep, there we go. So it goes. Here's my email. I don't see anything from Paw Raid today. We're at 972,000 emails. That's why I don't like email, because I have so many of them. Because of all my time with FAU and being on the faculty at FAU for 20 years. And it's a public institution, so all this information gets spread out. So that's why I got the email and the phone number the way it is. So it'd be convenient for my students and everybody to use. But if they use that email address while they're dealing with these private matters, I got to sort through literally thousands of emails that I get a day. I mean, Really. I mean, you can see up in the very top there, faded, 972,850 emails. So I can sort it out. So it just gets today's emails. Here's my VIP emails. Yeah. And here I got 78 today. Yeah. Unbelievable. My inbox, there it is. 900,031 emails. See my inbox? I got 2,900 junk, 4,000 sent, and 7,334 trashed. But you see how I have to go through all, I mean, jeez. All I can do is hit this button right here and put today. That's, and then it sorts through all that. So I just have to go through 78 emails for today. But I look at the other ones because I'm afraid, that it didn't sort properly or something. Okay. That's enough of that. In the meantime, we go here to the picture. It's the 25th. It's February. We're on here for about an hour and a half. I gotta call my my puppy people. I'll get back to you and let you know how all that went. Yeah. Dog was born on New Year's Day. How about that? Yeah. This must mean this was the weight of the dog when it was born. Can't be the dog can't be 7 weeks old and 3 pounds. I mean, that would be like a micro dog. It's not that small. Yeah. Either that or it's a typo. There's a little star there. So who knows? And I never saw what the star pointed at. I'll call them. See, I've got the phone number right there. So listen, you guys have a great day. And I'm going to go play puppy dog. So I have to shut the, you got to go here. And then I do that. And then I hit this full screen. Oh, gosh. Just did the opposite. There's the 25. Now I make that full screen. There we go. And I turn up Epidemic. And then I stop talking. And we'll talk to you, like Wednesday. Like tomorrow morning, this time. Tomorrow morning. Yeah. I'll let you know what happens with the puppy location. Where is my puppy dog? Bye-bye.